Hey y'all, today I have a story to tell, some inspiration, and a layout share. The story is a few weeks ago I was crafting online with my friend Scylla, and we always talk about what we're working on. And she said, I am making a layout and I'm making this pattern using this 2x2 little paper thing from Paige Evans. And lo and behold, I kid you not, I had that exact same 2x2 that is called pattern swatches right over here to my left sitting on my desk, because in my never ending, ongoing, don't see the light at the end of the tunnel scrapbook organization, I ran across this, and there's another set that goes with this that I haven't ran across. It was sitting on my desk right to my left because I didn't know where to put it. And I just laughed and I said, look, I have it sitting right here, you know. And she made this beautiful layout using a paper folding technique that looked like a quilt pattern when she was done with it. It's kind of like you folded up several pieces, and then I think she punched hexagons out of it, and then you did this folding, and it just made a beautiful pattern. So then earlier this week or last week, I was watching Janet on Patreon, RTS Scrapbooking. And if you aren't a RTS Scrapbooking watcher, I would encourage you to do so. It is $1 a month because she has to charge a fee, and $1 is the least amount that she can charge, and it is worth every penny and more of that dollar. She was doing a contest, aka giveaway, you can't say giveaway on Patreon, of some pink fresh embellishments, and she had added some 6x6 papers to it. But the question was to be, that you had to answer if you wanted to put in for the contest, was what inspires you to scrapbook. And I immediately knew the answer, and it was other people, watching other people, what they do, watching their YouTube channels, watching Janet on Patreon, watching my friends on YouTube. That is my main source of inspiration. So I put those two together and thought, you know what? I watched Scylla make a layout using this Truly Grateful pattern swatches. I had it sitting on my desk. So you know what? That's what I'm going to do, because Janet was talking about what inspires you, and that inspired me. Janet inspired me. So I pulled this open and looked at the papers, and to me they were very fall themed. So I went into my Google Photos and did a search of fall and looked at the photo options that popped up, and I found a photo. So I had my photo, and then I needed an idea. So I did a Google of scrapbook layouts using 2x2, and a Paige Evans layout popped up. And I thought, well, how perfect. This was Paige Evans paper. I'm going to scrap lift one of her layouts, which is what I did. So this had, I don't know, I used half of it. I exactly used half of this. There was 2 of these, each of these designs, and I used half of it to make a layout. So I had my photo, and I had my paper, And here is my layout. So since I was using Paige Evans, I went to my section of papers by Paige Evans and pulled out something that would work for a background. So I do not know. I don't know what line that is from. Maybe that's Bungalow Lane, I think, because it's kind of fall looking. But that is the background paper I used. And the photo I chose was from this last Thanksgiving. So not quite a year ago. That's me, and that is my dad. And we always have a big Thanksgiving at our house. Potluck Thanksgiving. And my dad came. My mom was having some health issues at the time, and she was not up to coming. So my dad came, and we sent some food home for my mom, and he was the first one to show up. And before everybody else got there, had my husband snap a photo of us. And I don't think I'm going to do any journaling because I'll date it, but to me the title says it all. Grateful, which I am very grateful for my parents, and I'm very blessed for my parents. So what I did was I took each of these 2x2 patterns, and you can easily do this. You can take some 12x12 paper that maybe has a smaller scale design on it, or 6x8 would even be better, or a 6x6 paper pad, and cut 2x2 squares. And then just I took my paper trimmer and I cut it right down the middle. I just lined up these 2 points and sliced it. And then I could not find my paper distresser because it was not where it belongs. So I just took my scissors and did it along the edge of the pattern paper and roughed it up and did the chevron pattern 3 times down the paper, and started where the points lined up. Now, you know, nothing is exactly exact, so I did have to cut the tip off of this one, but nobody's going to notice. So I put down these in a chevron pattern, and I had to keep looking at the photo because I could not get the whole chevron pattern down. For some reason, that pattern perplexes me when you try to make it. So once I had like the first row done, then I could look at the first row and do the other 2. And as far as embellishments, because this paper here is so busy, I don't like an extremely busy layout, you know, one that has a lot of embellishments on it. I want people to see the photo first, is what my goal is. And it don't always happen, but that's my goal. So I didn't do a lot of embellishing. I took another piece out from Paige Evans, and this was out of a project pad, this blue, and matted my photo. And then I was going to die cut some leaves out of some of her other paper patterns. But when I was flipping through my Paige Evans section, I ran across this, also by Bungalow Lane. It's number 9. Does that have a year on it? 2021. And I picked this up at Joann's on clearance for 25 cents. So I have several sheets of these. So what did I do? I looked at the colors here and seen that some of them would go well with these pattern papers. So I fussy cut the light green. I did not cut any of the dark green, the gold, and I did cut, oh, there it is. There's one. I had one left. Blue leaves and pink and the orange. And then I just tucked them till I found a pattern that I liked and adhered them down. And I wanted to add some more greenery or leaves. So I pulled out my, let me see if I can find it where I set it. Of course, I don't put anything back where it belongs. I have a binder. Oh, it's right here. Right here. I have a pink paisley binder, and it just so happens to be pink. And I pulled it out to look for some dies that would go with it. And I had all these little leaves here, and I don't know if I think they were part of Paige Evans, but they were so small that I did not want to adhere them down to the paper. So I just tucked them into the little side pockets. And I'll do that also if I have a few vellum pieces and it's got these inside pockets. I will just tuck them into the inside pocket. Look, I done that with these back here. And that came off. But, and this probably came off and I just stuck it in here. But see, I took the little vellum pieces and put them in here also. And these stickers are wanting to come off. So I just want to talk a minute about my binders. This is just pink paisley. So you see there are some others. It's not all Paige Evans. It's just pink paisley. And here is Paige Evans. And I have some more. Here we go. So I kind of flipped through this and I didn't see anything that I wanted on there. But the reason I do that is because, well, let me tell you what that is. The reason I like to put all my things in binders by company is then I can look at all of them. So say if I had the Bungalow Lane collection and I had my papers, and then if I put I think this is Bungalow Lane back here because I saw that bird. So if I had these dies in with my Bungalow Lane collection and I'm playing with Paige Evans papers, I would not see these dies if they were with the collection unless I pulled that collection. So I like to have access to all my Paige Evans dies when I'm working on Paige Evans because they are interchangeable because a lot of the color schemes are the same pinks, the same blues. So I like to have that option. And that's why I like to have them all together and not put away with the collection because then I won't never look at them. But this way I have an opportunity to see all of them. And I do the same thing with a lot of the stickers too. And I'll show you that real quick. I have a Totally Tiffany companion cart, and there's a drawer, and I think, yeah, I have this backwards because I have it flipped around backwards. Let me turn it around. But this is a drawer in it, and I like to put things in here by alphabetical order. Like there's 49 in Market, and then we get into Cartabella, and here's Echo Park, Jen Hadfield. This is just some of the stickers and things that I haven't done anything with, but I file them by company. Here's crepe paper. So then I go back here to pink paisley, and here's all of my Paige Evans stuff. And most of this came from Tuesday morning. So that way I can pull all of her things if I want to put it on a layout versus just if it were stored away with the collection. And some of them I don't, that says whimsical, but some of them I don't even know what line they're from. Like these, no idea what specific collection from Paige Evans that belongs to. But that way I can have access to everything. So I think I made that point enough. So that's what I did for these little hearts. I wanted to put a little something over here, so I just pulled from that and put some chipboard hearts there. And some of these little, these were from Truly Grateful because I had the puffy stickers. And these were just some little circles that were on the puffy sticker, so I just added that for some extra dimension. So that is my layout, my inspiration, and my chit chat. And I'm curious what inspires you to make a scrapbook page, or if you're crafting a junk journal, anything like that. Where do you get your inspiration from? And that is it for today. We'll see you next time. Bye.